USCJ. It's your boy Jakeem. Really appreciate what you do for USC culture, man. Keep going.
Going on, shout out USCJ, man. Appreciate the support. Shout out to USCJ, you know what it is. Nothing but love, man.
Trojan family, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, happy Monday to everybody. Look, this weekend is the big showdown, man. And look, you guys see it here. It's going to be the big time gut check for this weekend, man. And it's going to tell us a lot about our team, man. We had a couple of games. We said Michigan State, as things continue to gradually progress as far as the strength of schedule is concerned, we told you that each game would tell us something about our team. Well, I think this game more than anything, it's going to tell us a lot about our team based on their style of play, man. Michigan they're always going to bring a specific style of play, and that is a physical style of play. And, what I guess some consider to be some of our weaknesses, which is what they say. I wouldn't even say weaknesses, man, because the pass defense has been the weak aspect of it. But what they do, especially from last year's perspective, which is run the ball, they're absolutely going to run the ball. They're going to put those tight ends at the end, and they're going to try to shove it down our throat. They're going to try to use Bryce Underwood to do the same thing. But he is one of those guys I call a super freshman. He's a big body guy. He was a 5-star guy that was committed originally. You guys remember from to LSU, end up flipping his commitment and staying home. He's from the state of Michigan, and it was a big win for Michigan to absolutely get him. And you guys know Michigan last year, they had issues with the quarterback position. They had Alex Orji, who ended up transferring to UNLV. And, but you guys know because he wasn't just a strong thrower, they just kind of ran the ball and ran it with him last year, and they just kept doing the same thing. But this year, they got a guy that can absolutely pass it, but that's still not his strength. You still could tell that he still has to sharpen his tools, but you can't sleep on his arm. I saw him throw a nice little pass on the sideline over the weekend against Wisconsin, and we'll look at his numbers. We'll kind of match and compare and contrast his numbers with some of the big boys they play, because they've already played. I would say they've already played from a strength of schedule standpoint. I think they played a better schedule thus far. They've already played Wisconsin, already played Oklahoma, already played Nebraska, and 2 of those games were at home. So you're talking about a lot of game experience from a strength of schedule standpoint. Michigan has us beat with that. The toughest game we probably played, of course, we played away at Illinois, but then the Michigan State and Purdue, I would give them, because Nebraska is actually ranked and Oklahoma's ranked, I would give them the strength of schedule right now. And we'll talk about those games. But when you look at it from the Wisconsin game, what he did, he had a 270-yard passing game. Wisconsin rushing, they rushed for 175 yards, and Wisconsin had one of the top rushing offenses in the country, defenses in the country. But they were able to move and groove and move the ball for 175 yards. And then, like I said, Bryce Underwood, 270 yards in that game. And they ended up winning that game 24-10. But I will argue that they haven't seen an offense like ours. Even though they played against Oklahoma, even though they played against Nebraska, I think USC, I think Lincoln Riley's going to absolutely be in his bag. He's already been in his bag this year. And, I'm extremely excited about that. But I want to see how we match up. Oh, by the way, I will be having a guest on tomorrow from the Big Ten that covers Michigan. And so we'll be having him on. Of course, you guys know we're going to try to tap in with B. Shaw, depending on my work schedule, either tonight or maybe Wednesday. So look for that. I mean, this is Michigan week. So, look, we're getting ready to do a couple of things this week, man. It's going to be straight up go time with this Michigan week. And that's the way we're going to roll with that. So Michigan, when they played Oklahoma, which is now Oklahoma's ranked number 6 in the country, I believe, this is what they did. They went to Oklahoma. They rushed for 142 yards against Oklahoma. And then they passed for 142 yards. That's crazy. Bryce Underwood went 9 for 24, which is not, very 9 for 24, 142 yards. And then they rushed Justice Haynes, that big running back, 19 carries for 125 yards. He's a monster. I mean, I got to give it to him. That running back that's for Michigan is going to be a guy that they're going to try to utilize, man. And, the way I think we got to approach this team, the way we got to approach it is we got to stack the box, man. We got to play a physical style brand of football. We got to collapse the pocket and force Underwood to throw, because when he does throw, especially when he's hurried, I don't think he's a guy that's going to be all that accurate. However, if you get him time back there, that he does have an arm back there, and you don't want our cornerbacks to get lost in the sauce in coverage like we have seen them. We want to be able to maintain. So if we could just allow and apply some pressure on Bryce Underwood, I think USC can have some success. But we got to collapse the pocket, and we got to stop the run in order to have success. That means we got to see our interior guys get a big-time push. We got to see them get a push. If they get a push, we're going to see Cam Fountain, Braylon Shelby. We'll see all these guys on the edge, Anthony Lucas, make some things happen. But we got to get a push up the middle. And so that's going to be the formula of beating Michigan. And so we're going to be touching this game all week long. So what they did, they went to Nebraska as well. In Nebraska, Bryce Underwood went for 12 for 22 in that game, 105 yards. Justice Haynes, 17 carries, 149 yards. So you could tell that they're intentional about getting Justice Haynes the ball, man. He's rushed against Nebraska. He's rushed for over 100 yards, 149 yards. Against Oklahoma, he's rushed for 125 yards. And against Wisconsin, he's rushed for 117 yards. And apparently Wisconsin was supposed to have the best rush defense, one of the best in the country. And so, look, man, that has to be the formula of how we beat them. And I think USC, man, we can have some success, man. So you guys can drop the comments. I'm just touching this real soft today, man, and we're going to be hitting this all week. I got a guy coming from the Big Ten, man. So, look, you guys can drop it in the comments, man. You guys tell me what you think. USC right now, according to a couple of sites, is a 1.5 favorite. I saw where Michigan is, I think, a 2-point favorite on another one. And then ESPN Power Index thing, FPI, whatever that is, they got USC like a 65% chance of winning this game. I'm out of here, man. You guys hit me in the comments, man. You guys tell me what you think. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. This will be a gut check this weekend. I'm out. Fight on, fight on, fight on.